Soup's good, which is good. Welcome, everyone. You walk down fly. Back at it again. In the deep end. How y'all doing tonight? Nothing has changed from yesterday to today. Nothing at all. Kept everything we did with the build the same. I haven't found anything. You know, I've been looking for rings. Rings to go with the fire build we'll try later on. I'm gonna keep things short. I did about 2 hours off camera today, and I think I've actually found a better method. I'm gonna do an example of the method I use. As you can see, we're already halfway. It's only been like 2 days or 3 days since we last leveled up, and we've already gained. Hold on, let's actually take a look. I didn't know you could do this with the mouse, so I'm gonna do this from now on. Yeah, look at that. We went from 44 million, we gained 60 million in between the last time we checked. So we're only about, what is that, 113 million away? So maybe let me think about it. 5 to 6 more hours will be level 264, which is way faster than the last time we leveled. So let's go ahead and get this out there. Let's get it started. I'm still here, don't worry. I just turn off the camera so that I'm using less CPU. Also, that light gets warm. And when you're doing these long, hard sessions like this, coming and swinging, slam jamming, it can get toasty. Did I want to do a Dark Monolith? I think there was another one. Actually, you know, I wanted to show off this one. This one's probably my favorite one to get. If I could pick which Nightmare Sigil I could always get, it would be this combo right here. Forgotten Wisdom with Hunters. Hunters, look at that. Have a natural speed here. Move and attacking 33% faster. Now, why do I like that? Why do I like that? I'll tell you why. Because when the enemies can move faster, they can close the distance faster. And if all the enemies surround you real fast, especially with an ice build like this, or even my critical chance build that I have that I prefer to use, even though this one's been really fun, it means that they get to you faster and your combo can go off faster. So you can actually destroy the enemy faster. It really helps out, especially if you're doing a wave shrine. They can get them the speed boost. Look how quickly. Look, there it is. It's going off. What is that? You see that? Is that an effective avalanche? Or one of my items I just don't realize? Because every now and then, you saw I was shooting like 4 ice spikes out like a shotgun, and I don't know what's doing that. It just happens every now and then. No idea. I really want to figure it out. Yeah, I've actually started using my ovals off camera, so that because I have 2 chests full of ovals, so I actually started burning them, looking for rings and amulets that might work better for a fire build or even a lightning build. So we'll try out later on. Oh, this is Charlotte's Lair? I didn't even know that this was... This is one of my favorite dungeons to do. You get a lot of spiders. And it's gonna need the XPs. Oh, this means it's gonna change the way we do things. Honestly, this might be a good thing, because this might actually make the run just that much faster. We might be able to make it all the way to the ice biome. Let's find that XP shrine. I need to find that. Oh, let's do a little walking and talking. I haven't beat my record from yesterday. I don't know if it was 104.1 that was the highest, or 106 million. I might have misread that. I didn't go back and watch. If it was, that's pretty awesome. 106 million damage in one blast. I didn't really go for it today. I just went for the XP. Every time I got a blast shrine, I just activated it and kept on walking. Wasn't actually dropping blizzards and standing there trying to get the combo to go off. I saw some 20 millions and 30 million damages, but I just said, you know what? I'm just going to push forward and try to get as much XP as fast as possible. That was my style. Does things sound quiet? I could have swore I turned up the volume. Maybe my music's too loud. Maybe, baby. Any of y'all have a preferred enemy? Because these spiders, I swear, especially since they like to combo with either the undead, or the maggots, or the what's it called? The ghost. No, not so much the ghost, but I faced them Sometimes they get comboed with the like, the animals. And that's okay. That's okay. But sometimes when you get animals, you also get werewolves, so that's pretty good. Werewolves like to spawn fast. Oh no! That's the first time I died today. I was about to say, it's been a while, ever since I started the ice build. Walked into an explosion. Someone hold my hand. Someone call my mom. Tell them they're being mean to me. It's fine. And it's so weird. I was just thinking that they kind of watered down those lava things because they used to one-shot you all the time. And then this time, I think it's because I was standing right in the middle of one, so I got hit by both waves that shoot out both sides at the same time, rather than just one wave. That's my bad. I think I was being too aggressive there, or not aggressive enough. Kind of slowed myself down there a little bit. Pronounced incredible, by the way. Nothing about this is terrible. Really, right here, I mean, look at this ice build. It's ridiculous. Nothing stands a chance. And it could be better. I mean, it's very good, though. Very good. Like, the only thing we could do is change out some of my unique legendaries for some of the other buffed ones. Like things that add the ice spikes to Blizzard, or the ice trail to ice armor, but I'm not running ice armor, so. And the Blizzard ice spikes are nice. I think I preferred them before I had these legendary uniques when I was doing the critical chance build. But what we got going on right now really works. I mean, we're not using Shatter, we're using, what's the other one? Avalanche? Yeah, we're using Avalanche because of the damage boost. I like it, especially with the combo of the free Ice Orb every now and then. I feel like that's paying off way more than using Shatter, even though Shatter would probably work better for Ice Nova. Because when they die, they release the Ice Nova more often. The amount of damage that's saved up that they took will be blasted out. But the thing is, it's just gotta go off more often, though, for it to work properly. We're not gonna bother with this. Nah, resource cost reduction, that's good, but it has nothing else. No. Wait, something alive down here? I thought I saw a red bar. Aha! Let's not leave any corner, any stone unturned. Let's get all our XP. Get out of here. But that was Spider Boss. You saw that it died in like a few seconds. Like all the bosses right now. But that's the way it is. That's the way it is when you don't skip the campaign. You gotta, highest you can go is expert level 1. Alright, this is pretty nice actually. We can just go here, then move on with our lives up north. Although we'll slay as much as we can on our way there. If we do things just right, we might find ourselves in the ice area, finished with all these low-level, all these good, I would say the good early on missions to do if you're grinding some levels. Most people would probably stay in the ice area, like down here, to the south of this city, which is fine. You get the blue ice demons, which honestly are kind of tough right at the beginning if you don't have any frost defense. You just get frozen over and over again. Especially with the summoners. The summoners keep on shooting those ice balls at you. Those ice spikes, I should say. And I'd rather fight the spiders. Spiders do poison, but I feel like if you're fast enough, you can handle them. I think it's a better early area right here. Maybe stay in that other area between level 1 and 15. Maybe even 1 through 20. You could hang out there and grind it out. But if you could eventually come up here, I think this is the better spot to grind. I think you can easily make it to level 40 just doing this area over and over again. If you want to do that way. Another easy way would probably just be play the campaign, go in there, slam jam, thank you ma'am, your way through the bosses.
Couldn't have made it without you.
The reason I'm starting earlier today is not because I want to play longer. I do eventually want to play longer, but I want to go to bed earlier. I want to try to finally actually fix my sleep schedule. Because yesterday was terrible. It was awful. I was asleep. Once again, I woke up, couldn't go back to sleep. I was just sort of laying there, between 1 and 4, awake for some reason. And then I finally fell asleep. And then, once again, I wake up at 9, and I'm like just groggy, like, what is happening to Todos? What the hell happened to Lola? Undoubtedly, this is the heretics doing. Normal morning stuff. And I find myself, I closed my eyes for a second this time, and I literally like, I rolled over, going, oh man. I woke up at 9, but I still feel really tired. I literally, all I did was roll over and think for a second. And I turned back over and it said noon, and I was like, that's not good. That's terrible. That's not where I want to be. It's not where I like to be. It's not where I like to get things done. I'd rather get up at 9, get the day started, so I can get more done. So notice when I wake up late in the afternoon, or at noon, the day just disappears really fast. Too fast. It feels unproductive. I do my best to get as much done during the day. But on a day like this, it feels like you do like 3 things and it's already time to take a shower and get ready for evening. Ridiculous. Make no sense. Living like some sort of weird crumb bum. A crumb bum. A bum who desires more crumbs. Hence the name. I don't like it. If I can get up at least by 9 and get myself ready, I prefer to do these streams, these grind streams early in the morning around 10. And then I'd have noon in the afternoon to start editing and recording like I was before the dark times. Here we go. Another thing I need to do, and why I want to wake up early, is I'm still clearing out one of those hard drives. Loading videos onto my other channel. Clearing it up. So that's really going to help me out. And I've cleared out a bit, but I want to get the whole thing empty. I just want to get at least one of them empty before I start recording again. Alright, here we go. I beat one record today. I got up to wave 34. That was crazy. I was right at this spot. It was against werewolves like this. I even ran into one random necromancer out here grinding as I was coming back around. I managed to get him to wave 30, and he leveled up while we were fighting. He was just like, whoa, because I was just blasting these things down. He was getting XP like crazy. He was like level 28 or something, so he went to like level 29. It was either 26 or 28. Something like that. Mid-20 level. I didn't stop. I just did my thing, blew everything up, said hello, and then left immediately. Dived into the distance. Oh, let me touch this guy. Let me touch his plants, too. Let me touch his dead friend over here. I decided to flip around the other direction for some reason. You know, you find a dead body and you're like, this is a good time to tamper with some evidence, and you just flip the whole thing to the other side. You guys don't do that? I mean, me neither. I don't do that. It'd be weird. I mean, how many dead bodies can you find normally on a normal day? Not a lot, probably. Hopefully none. Right? That'd be the normal amount you'd wish for. I'm not looking for bodies either, to be fair. Full transparency. Whenever I'm outside for a walk, I'm not like, where are the bodies at, yo? I'm usually just like feeling the wind and the sun on my face, thinking, man, I wish I brought my headset so I listen to some music. And then there's that weird thing you do where you're like, oh, you have to walk against traffic so that like it's safer, right? But then you have to do that thing to where you kind of want to look to see if the drivers are looking at you, but you kind of don't want to make eye contact. You don't want to look at them, but it's like an instinct thing. You kind of, like your eyes are like trying to pull you towards the driver, so you're like doing this weird fight while you're walking. If you're not like, because then if you look down at the ground, then it looks like you lack confidence, and it looks like you're. And when you're a tall, hairy man like I am, it just makes you look even creepier, like you're plotting, like you're going through your villain arc. If you're looking down at the sidewalk in front of you as you walk, and say, oh man, he's having his dark brooding moment. He's about to do it. I don't know what he's planning. He's up to something. He's being shady. He's being dicey. A bit dodgy. So you can't do that. I used to do that all the time as a teenager. When I was younger, I had like a hump on my back, like a tiny one, because of how S-shaped my spine was, because I'd keep my head low so much. It's a lot better now. I think my posture's somewhat better. 50% better. It's not 100%, but it is better than what it was. I don't have a posture pal, you know what I mean? There's no one walking with me going, hey, watch out now. That you look like you're slouching. This is really gonna make your feet hurt later, or your back. That's something they don't tell you as you get older. It's all connected. Improper foot care and foot pain could lead to back pain. It's like this weird chain of events that happen. A daisy chain of pain that could build up over time. Why good shoes and having good posture support, especially when you're older. Because other than then you'll end up walking slow and having those super curved spines like those old man, looking like gravity's fighting you. Looks like gravity's trying to kill you. You're too old, and it's trying to push you into the ground faster, and you're over there. That's why old people walk so slow and have those curved spines, because they're over there fighting it. They're fighting death. Gravity has its meat hooks into them. It's trying to tug them to the ground, and you're just like trying to sashay away from it. That's why they do all that walking, so that death never gets a good grip on them. And if they stop moving, that's an opportunity for him to get a hold of your haunches. And when you're old, you definitely have haunches, no matter how well you took care of yourself. There are some layers to you that are now loose, that they can grab a hold of, whoever they are. The nebulous forces of death that encircle you and search for you. Yeah. Little did you know, when you're a little youngling, you should have been watching your posture. That was going to be really important later. It's like orthopedic shoes. You're too busy wearing shoes that made you look cool. Now your spine's trying to break on its own weight, tug you into the earth where you belong. Founding fathers of this country could not comprehend a large line of people living past 40. And now it's happening all the time. Now death is watching and always waiting. Which is why I have a conspiracy theory that having poor posture is actually something that the elites, the cabal that control the world. They want you to have bad posture. That's why they don't broadcast posture pals anymore. It's not part of mainstream learning. They want your spines to be curved and easier to tug down due to gravity's encroaching wrath towards you. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm just talking here. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking out loud, you know? Could be, couldn't be. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But yeah. Take care of your feet and your back so we can get older. Yeah, why is that? We're always trying to make eye contact with the driver. Now, what's they gonna do? They're gonna be gone in a second. They're going zooming past you. Why is it just a weird, like, it just tugs you that direction for some reason? And you have to look forward because your posture, you gotta take care of it now. So you gotta look forward and that tugging. And here in US, in USA, you should be on the left side of the road when you're walking because everyone's driving on the right. So you're forever having this little tugging feeling to look to your right towards the vehicles. Well, then you're trying to look forward. And you know what's the worst is when cars driving past you and someone's coming down, walking towards you from the other way, going with traffic, which they shouldn't be unless they absolutely have to. Which it happens, you know? You can't always be going against traffic. You'd be crossing the street all the time, then crossing back over to be the place you need to be. Be ridiculous. What do they expect us to do? Plan all our walking around left turns? You want me to go get a map, get on MapQuest, and find a circular footpath that's only left turns from where I start to the end of where I want to go? You know how complicated that would be? I'd have to print it out. Now I'm printing out on paper, which was made of trees, which was like, now I'm negating my green aspect of the whole point of walking and not driving someplace, right? Now that's being ruined because I'm getting the paper. But I'm using ink, the most expensive liquid on the planet, because it's made of illegal squid parts. Really hard to come by. Did I say illegal? I mean, it's totally, incredibly legal. Everyone's allowed to have squid parts. Especially the squid parts you know about. And not the secret squid parts made in an underground facility. Those that totally don't exist. But now, let's backtrack a little bit. We're getting off topic. We're digressing. Got the paper, you got the ink. Now you're holding a map. Now you're holding a piece of paper, a single sheet of paper. You know, it's awkward enough walking down the street, trying to take only left turns, ruining your carbon footprint by having actual paper, and also bowing down to your cabal masters by using ink. It's very unbecoming. Because now someone's walking the other way, and you have to, what are you gonna do, stare at your piece of paper and be like, oh man, I'm really studying? Because, like, then you have to have confidence and either look at them and wave, and then you gotta decide when the right distance is. What if their eyesight's not as good, or if their eyesight's better? What if they want you to wave immediately as soon as, like, you realize you're walking towards each other? I did this before. Hold on. It'll be fine. Did I just make it back to the way it was? I did this. that. And then I do this. I think I did it wrong. I might have to do a reset. I've done this before, don't worry. Oh god, do they all need to be lit? That's the case. It's simple. There we go. Told you I knew how to do it. Just had to remember. Turning them all off actually made it a lot easier. Alright. What are we talking about? Yeah, so now someone's walking towards you. You have your piece of paper, your map. You have only left turns. You have to avoid awkward eye contact. Now, with two people. Person walking towards you and the driver's passing by. This is a lot to take on for someone who's socially awkward. This is a lot. This is a full plate. This is a full task. This is a full event. This is enough to where after you do whatever you need to do, you want to go home and do nothing for the next 3 days. Alright? Like for me, I have more confidence now. But when I was a teenager, man, this was a fiasco. I didn't have a phone. I couldn't pretend people needed to hear from me. Even though I pretty much looked exactly the same way I do right now. Except my beard had a little bit less gray. And my head had a little bit less gray. That's like the only difference. Because I still had grays. I started getting grays when I was like 16. My point is that it's a lot. Alright, it's a lot to take on board. Walking places. Socially, it's a lot. Which is why, as I've gotten older, now I just have the full confidence of just walking. Just remember where you came from. Remember the path back. Don't bother staying always against the traffic. Live in the moment, basically. Risk it for the brisket. I do have a phone now, so if I need a map, I can look at that and pretend that my map is, like, super interesting. It has ancient Sith holocrons on it that I really want to read and learn more about Darth Plagueis the Wise. I could totally roll with that white lie to avoid eye contact with strangers out on the outside world as I walk to Little Caesars to try and get a pizza. I could. If I wanted to. I choose not to right now for efficiency reasons. Simple as that. I forgot what my main point of the story was. Or this anecdote. Or this, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Hypothetical. That's what I'm thinking. Although, is it a hypothetical if it's happened before? Is it just an example of a previous experience then? What would the word be that for that? Would you just say an example of a previous experience, or is there a word that, like, is there one word that encapsulates all of that idea? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Another way to defeat it is to push the awkwardness outward onto others. And what I mean by that is, instead of having a map with a piece of paper and a map, you know, have a picture of a lost animal that you did not lose. Have a picture of a lost cat. Hold it up, look at it every now and then, and wander around. Maybe throw out a few mittens every now and then. Half-heartedly. Mittens! Where are ye? We have a Viking funeral we're gonna be late to. Mittens. I don't know why we're going to a Viking... I don't know why I'm taking my cat to a Viking funeral, but that's none of your business, okay? Just throw that out there. Throw it in. Make yourself interesting, but enough to where they don't want to pry any further. People walking go, oh god, they whip out their phones, and now they're pretending to be on their phone. Because they don't want to help you look for your cat, especially not one that's dressed for a Viking funeral. That sounds like it'd be easy to find. You don't need help. How many cats are out there in Viking funeral gear? Very few. Keep it simple, keep it clean, keep it focused. Maybe a cat wouldn't be good, though. Too many people don't dislike cats. Some people do, and they're loud about it, and it's fine. I don't care either way. But cats are a common enough pet that wouldn't be extreme enough for the people to not volunteer to help you. So instead, maybe go with the crazy approach. Be insane. Have a picture of a rock. Look for a pet rock. But maybe leave it at that. Don't add the Viking funeral, because now it looks like a bit. Now it looks interesting. Now it looks like you're recording something for a channel of some kind. You're looking for a pet rock that's dressed like a Viking for a Viking funeral that you may or may not be attending with your pet rock. Now people are going to be like, wait a minute, something's awry. This guy's up to something suspicious. Where are the cameras? Would you like a chocolate-covered pretzel? This is the beginning of these are some qualifying questions to bigger, larger situations you don't want to be a part of. So, wear an old jacket, one from an uncle or a grandparent that survived the war. Have a piece of paper of a rock. I don't know what's up with my luck. My luck is super weird, man. I want to be left alone when I'm in public, but for some reason that's the time when everyone wants to talk to me. Then when I make an avenue of communication, a place for them to talk to me, when I make a channel, I'm like, alright, you guys, everyone wants to talk to me for some reason, even though I'm not interesting. I'm just a regular insane person. More insane than the rest of y'all. Here's an avenue for where you can talk to me. No one shows up. I try to go to the store and buy some shoes. All of a sudden, everyone wants to talk. Everyone wants to freaking talk about nothing. And then I'm like, alright, since you don't want to talk so much, here, talk to me here. Talk to me over here. Here's a little spot for talking. All of a sudden, just ghosts. Just dust in the wind. All of a sudden, they don't exist. What is wrong with everyone? We have the internet. We don't have to meet face to face anymore. You don't have to ruin my shoe shopping experience. No one cares that you're not interested in men who buy dress shoes. Or work shoes. Why do you have to verbally announce that as if that's what we're there for? That's what we're hunting. God knows when I go to buy a piece, some Dr. Scholl's slip resistances, I'm wondering, oh man, will the employees find this pair of shoes attractive enough? Is this the kind of shoe that the employees working here would want to date? No. I don't understand why that needs to be verbally announced to anyone. Why do your coworkers care too? Why are we just over here hiding behind the walls of the shoe department? Waiting for someone to pick up the Dr. Scholl's for $40 with the slip resistance in a dress style to be like, no, I can't. Nah, not someone who buys shoes like that. Yeah. That's the qualifier, because you know all the men are over there going, man, Stacy in the shoe department. I gotta impress her with my ability to select shoes. What will I do? It's retarded. Complete waste of time.
The killers are.
Get that one. That's one.
The audacity too. You think people buy $40 shoes to try and impress you, Stacy? With your minimum wage 9 to 5 in the shoe department? I bet you're not even hot. I bet if I went around that corner and actually saw what you look like, you would look worse than the $40 shoes. You'd look like you cost $15, I bet. You're probably like a $15 lady. And you're over here talking about my $40 shoes.
Get that one.
Ridiculous.
Glad I helped. I need to make a.
I gotta take care of my back. I need posture, pal. Stacy. If you can't be a posture pal, you're not a ride or die. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you can't be there for your man's feet to hip to lower back protection, you're just not wife material. You're just not wife material. And you're a waste of time. You won't even subscribe to my channel. You think what? That proves to me you were never interested in the first place. Why would I want to impress you? Why would I want to? You can't even subscribe to my channel. You want to be my latex salesman? You want to be my teammate? You want to help me view, grasp, and defeat the difficulties and paradoxes of life, the challenges ahead that come with living, relationships, old age. You think you can get there? You think you can even make it sustainably when you over there can't even let a man buy some $40 Dr. Scholl's in peace? You think you have the skills, what it takes to actually go there to the next level of adulthood?
Thank you, Wanderer.
You're living in a dream world, Stacy.
I'd be dead. I think I can.
You're living in a made-up shoe department dream world. Chevelle wrote a song about it. It's called I Get It. You should listen to it. But yes, $40 every now and then is all it takes to help your back. Which if your back's good, then sleeping's good. Everything else evens out. And then you can walk to Little Caesars to get your pot ready and walk home without having a map to make only left turns, without having to hold your head low staring at your phone. You can stand proud, holding 1 to 3 pizzas depending on how you feel that day. I mean, it could be a rough day. For all you know, this could be the kind of day where you gotta sit down, get 3 pizzas, watch all Back to the Futures in a row. Those days happen. I think John Mulaney brought it up best. His first Back to the Future must have been quite the insane sell to a studio executive. There's this teenage boy in high school, and his best friend is a disgraced nuclear physicist. I think about that every now and then. Especially on long, cold nights like this one, where sleep repair is my main objective. Oh, and reaching level 300 in Diablo 4 as well. But that's an ongoing problem. Also, it's a self-made problem. And whether or not it'll be worth it in the end is highly irrelevant. But yeah, gentlemen, if she's not a posture pal, ditch that loser, alright? She's probably in the shoe department right now, using shoes to measure a man's worth. Wait till she hears about Jesus and his sandals. He didn't need any fancy car. He had a burro, a donkey, and he was straight fly with it. He made that donkey work. They had palm leaves and everything. All right, now I'm starting to get angry and no one's here, so it's getting weird. Let's pull back. Let's pull back. Back to reality. Up there goes gravity. What we're looking at here is failure to communicate. Righteous. You know what, we were on the path of doing this a little bit faster, but I think I was too distracted. I got too enveloped in the idea of walking places. And having to fix my sleep schedule. $40 shoes not being good enough for Stacy in the shoe department. And my desire for Munster cheese and other cheese accessories. Life comes at you fast sometimes, and you gotta be prepared for it. Number one thing, you gotta be taking care of your feet, and you gotta be taking care of your back. They will keep you alive. Square business. Square business. Keep your business square. I'm talking, your business better look like a white guy in the 1950s working for NASA. That's how square your business has to be. These days, it's the only thing you can do. Keep your business square. Alright, I figured these out, by the way. You have to touch them without taking any damage. You gotta go in, dash out there, and that's how you do this one. This one was rough because there was no instructions. Oh, whatever! I didn't take any damage. Maybe it was the wrong symbol? Oh, it was. Gotta get a green one. My bad. That was totally on me. I don't know why I thought I could do them in any order. Hey, another key, nice. You know what, we're fine. We're doing pretty well, actually. I'll go for him. We don't need him. I mean, he's gilded, so he has coinage. He has monies. Look at that. Kind of ridiculous at this point. We're only about 105 million away from reaching 5 billion. I just don't understand people. What about me makes it to where everyone wants to talk to me, except for on the internet? But as soon as I go outside, all of a sudden everyone starts crawling out of the woodworks like roaches searching for the darkness out of the light. Everyone comes scurrying around. What do you need to talk to me? What about me? Says, here's a person I want to talk to, but only in real life. If they ever create an avenue online for me to conversate with, I will avoid it like grim death for some reason. What the hell? I think I'm retarded. But everyone else, what's their excuse? At least I'm honest about it. At least I can look in the mirror and say I'm kind of retarded. What's everyone else saying to themselves? Do they think that they're on the right side of history or something? They're righteous? Did they do good? You think I did something bad that I deserve to be treated this weird way? This super awkward, weird way? No idea. Very confusing.
Fend them off, please.
And if I did, now that you have an open avenue to complain about it, it's a perfect spot to vent all your feelings about whatever it is I did, right here. We can talk about it. If it's real, it doesn't make any sense.
should get moving.
Alright, well, we did actually make it to the ice area before we ran out of XP, so I'm happy. Let's see if we can knock out a couple of dungeons, too. It actually looks like we have a decent amount of time. Doing really good on time here. I thought I actually slowed down here while I was talking, but maybe I was just... Maybe the talking distracted me so much that I wasted even less time. I was too in the zone, auto zone style. Built to last, Duralast. That's dead end. My bad. I thought that led somewhere. Where's the rest of this cave, man? Where's the rest of this mine? This looks like a place you'd abandon a journal. I really wish you can go to the occultist and just make whatever key you wanted. That would really help me out. If I could just go to the occultist and be like, I want nothing but the spider. I want nothing but the hive. Nothing but Surat's lair. Nothing but... what's the other one? I forgot. Hollow Burrows. And I want them all to be the blue one, which is the Forbidden Knowledge ones for extra XP. And that's it. That would really help me out. Ooh, bag of treasure. Oh, we're doing Gold Rush. I'm off my base. I'm off my game. Here we go. There's another freak job. He's dead. We'll come back for him. We need to activate the other ones faster. There's that one. It's dead. Another gold trine on top of a gold trine. We'll actually do double gold. They'll happen at the same time. So as soon as one ends, the other one will continue going. It's fine. Oh, this one just turned into regular gold, though. I got rid of the old bonus of the goblins. That's weird. Huh. Makes you think. So if you get one gold, you get the gold and the goblin. But if you try to go double gold, you get rid of the goblin? Huh. Wonder what's up with that. People didn't want you just double stacking your goblin spawnings, maybe?
Without you.
Looks like people at Blizzard thought of everything, didn't they? Except for being able to make whatever nightmare key you want. Also being able to guarantee at least one nightmare key at the end of every nightmare dungeon. Took that away from us for some reason. Guess they wanted to make them more of a challenge to get them. And I have been, like, getting a few every now and then. You saw that sometimes on rare occasion the chest will have them. Other times the butcher might drop one or two. If the butcher spawns. They're dead. Oh wait, there's this. Doing an XP run. We can't go over there and mess with him. Silence! Is it not enough? You get the Blood Ghost, you also get Scorponok's tails at the same time? Isn't that a bit much? I get Blood Ghost and Scorponok's tails. You can't use the Helm of Destruction if you're a Paladin. That's what it feels like. Giving them all the bonuses. No reason. It's cool though. Whatever their weakness is, I'm glad I don't share it. Also, in reality, I have very few problems with people. But then again, it's because I tend to just be like, you know what? If that's the way you want to live life, go live life that way, you know? I'm not going to waste my energy having that negativity just be there constantly. It's like, alright, if that's the way you want to deal with your problems, then go deal with your problems that way. Because I'm not trying to change anyone's opinion or mind, because that's boring. Especially when they're not, it's not about whether it can be changed or whether they want to actually discuss it. They just want to waste time talking in circles about it over and over again. It doesn't matter what they actually feel about it. It's all just about talking over and over for wasting time. It's not about the actual problem or the actual subject or the actual thing to talk about. It's just nothingness. Just words into an empty void. Because, like, some people will spitefully argue with you, and they don't actually care about the thing they're talking about. They just want to argue, because that's how bored and weird they are. It's not about the actual topic. It's about winning the argument to them, because that's how they make themselves feel superior to others, because that's how insecure they are. It doesn't matter what they're arguing about. It's just constant arguing. Always being the opposition for like no reason. And it's super boring to me because it's like, well, it's pointless because it's not about the idea that you're even arguing about. It's about whether or not someone else can prove you wrong. It's all just ego driven, and it's like, well, we're not learning or growing here. We're actually not helping anyone. We're just talking. We're just wasting time. Not making money. I'd rather take a risk with the opportunity to create something meaningful and different without being too different to where now it's just a bunch of unique, artistically, like, you can translate it any way you want to bullshit. Just a bunch of amalgamation of nonsense. I'd rather have some semblance of similarity so that it actually comes from a place of quality and a genuine idea, rather than waste time trying to like argue what should be the most unique thing ever, and that'll be good because we wasted so much time just talking about making it unique and different. And it's like, it's it's a full circle jerk, really. It's like such a huge waste of time trying to convince people who doesn't matter. That it doesn't matter. They'll never be convinced just out of spite, out of boring spite. And that's why I don't like politics. Because it doesn't matter. All the everything deep down to most of them, it doesn't matter. Just even if they know they're wrong, that's not important. What's important is, can you prove that they're wrong? And it's so retarded, and it's like you're not actually helping people. You're just wasting time and getting a paycheck. Damn, what a bad time to get a goblin spawning breed shrine. All the enemies are basically dead. It happens. We'll get one. Maybe get two? There you go. That's good enough. Pretty MLG, pretty Proby's Pro. There we go. I think we might have time to do just one more. Uno mas. You know, it's already been an hour. It's off time right there. I'm just gonna go directly to the next dungeon. I'll just do another dungeon. I know there's a world event right to the right of me, in that on that frozen lake. But we'll get more enemies in that dungeon. Use up a little bit more of my potions and elixirs that I forgot to activate right on time because I was busy talking about the complicated parts of walking in public. Now they may or may not relate to abandoned journals and snake gods, but that's neither here nor there. Let's put those on the top shelf for a little while. Maybe we'll talk more about them tomorrow. Good old grubs. They'll give you XP, whether they like to or not. Sometimes you gotta take the XP. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why does that sound wrong? Why does that sound familiar?
My name is Pomuk Shlicek. I write this as I bleed out my last among the rotted tombs of those who might have been my brothers. I have hunted those wretched creatures for as long as I've been able to wield a knife against them. They feed on blood and grow strong in numbers. I have chased them into this nest and been caught in the trap. Their leader can raise the dead, and I fear for all who wander unknowingly into its crypts. You have the skill. Hunt them down. Do not let my death.
They got zombies in the ceiling. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's gonna be... It's gonna bring the value down on this property right here. I'll have to call someone about ceiling zombie removal. 19 million? No, that's great. Let's just jump a bunch of blizzards everywhere and hope for the best, shall we? $62 million, someone in the back there. Damn, too early. This is a bad one. So you got these weird corners where they could be hiding behind it. You gotta work with these weird angles. Which for a normal person is fine, but if you're trying to get the most kills and the most waves possible, there's always that one skeleton behind the corner just shooting arrows at you slowly and... I'm helping. I didn't even find the marker yet. There it is. Imbecile! They want you to kill them. Blood Bishop, as I live and breathe. You look weird when you're about to be frozen. It's that he gets like splotchy blueness on him. Looks like he bleeds blue instead of red because he's already red. And 2.8 now. Ball. I got so many at home. No, it's probably better. It's probably not. Life on kill. We don't. Let's not even worry about any of that. Let's X out here. I'm gonna try to go to bed earlier than early, see if I can fix my sleep. So I'm gonna do a cut right here. Where am I? Here I am. So, sorry. There you go. Thank you all who came out tonight to watch. Thank you, our future, for coming back to all these old episodes. Diablo 4, Ewok Templar, the grind. The horrible, horrible grind. The nightmare that I push onto myself for some reason. If you enjoy this, you're a strange person, and I appreciate you. But I'm going to leave this one here for now. Thank you all. You have a good night. Take it easy.